I had done a movie a couple years ago with a producer named Jane Kelly Kosick.
I'd been working with Jake on another film, and I knew that I'd always wanted to bring the Frolic to the big screen.
She happened to have this short story written by Tom Ligotti, who at the time I'd never heard of. So I read it on a flight back from Las Vegas, and immediately right after getting off the flight called her and said, "This story is amazing, I need to do this movie."
We all had the same vision and decided it was the time to do it. And I have to say, it has been an honor to bring the first adaptation of any of Tom's works to the big screen.
The film, compared to the short story, it's pretty much an exact representation from page to screen. We managed to really work through it and find the heart of the story, and that really is the relationship between the doctor and patient.
If you don't answer, I'm going to take the crayons away again.
Please to repeat the question, Herr Doctor.
The character of John Doe was definitely on my mind. I knew that we needed somebody solid, somebody who could really fall into the character and just make it real.
I mean, I think anytime you shoot something where you have a really good script to start, it always gives you a good, you have that really strong starting place.
So we went from there for that character. He was locked in, ready to go, and started doing his research.
I spent a lot of time just reading the script over and over and over again. Jake, the director, and Michael Burke and I we rehearsed a lot. I mean, a lot for the length, you know, a short film, but we spent a lot of time working it. I mean, he's a creepy character, so in some ways I didn't want to spend a lot of time. I mean, I did a little of my own just imagination on what this kind of guy was like, but when I started picturing some of those things, it's pretty uncomfortable. There's that one shot, which, I mean, this is vain, but that one shot when you, in the thing where I do the creepy face, like that creeped me out. I creeped myself out in that moment. That was kind of a weird, like, this is weird.
With Dr. Monk, I looked at a couple people, wasn't really sure what I wanted to do, and then I went to Maury and asked him if he had any friends who may fit the mold for Dr. Monk, and that's how we found Michael Riley Burke.
It was really an honor and a privilege to work with Michael Burke. It just, it was fun. It was good. I mean, it's cool because I think when you work with people, you know, you have a shorthand, and he and I have no fear in terms of ego about saying to each other, like, yeah, that was crap, or that one was really good, or hey, let's think about this. And I think when you have that kind of trust with and respect with another actor, it pays off because you don't have to worry about ego.
Well, I'm sorry, Doctor. I thought we were friends. I don't make many friends with grown-ups.
Just amazed me once we got on the set. I knew it was going to be good. I didn't know really how it was going to go once we started shooting. As you see in the interview scenes, it's pretty much magical between them two. They've known each other for 10, 15 years. They had the connection, the relationship already, and they just kind of sparred back and forth. It was amazing to watch on the monitor.
What are you drawing?
Here. I need some hot cocoa to help warm up.
Thank you.
For Leslie Monk, Jennifer Aspin came in. She's a friend of Jane Kosick. Met with her once, knew she could do it, and then I had her and Michael get together and kind of hash it out a little bit, and it worked great.
Look, I'm sorry about bringing this home with me.
Well, it's the last one, right?
Thank God.
Michael Riley Burke and Jennifer Aspin were only available to shoot together for one of the nights, and we had to cram every single scene that they were in into that single 12 hours. That was very hard. That took a lot of pre-planning, knowing exactly what shots we needed, what shots we were the frosting for the day. But we rocked it out, did the 12 hours, got them in and out, and made the movie happen.
Look, I've been thinking,
Before we move, we should go on vacation. Take Colleen someplace she'd like, someplace fun.
Kaylee Swanson, the little girl, we found through, I think, LA casting or something like that. We auditioned tons and tons of little girls for that role, and she came in, and I knew right away that she was the one that we needed to have in the movie. It's one scene in the film, but it's a pivotal scene, a pivotal character, because if that little girl doesn't come off as like the ultimate blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl that every parent aspires to have in their family, then the end would fall short.
Oh, I loved frolicking with those little darlings. You know, I just hate to see them all growing old.
After watching this film, you see the parents of these kids who are also with them in the screenings, and they're just holding on to them. Like they realize what their kids mean to them. I think they already know before they come see the movie, but after seeing the sick character of John Doe kind of doing his thing, it really grains into them, and they realize that protecting their child is their #1 goal.
Shooting at that place was weird. That was really helpful to be in that. What was it? Was it a? Yeah, I mean that walking in there, I was like, ooh, this is creepy. There were ghosts there that were very, I think, effective for the ambiance of the shoot. That probably did a lot of work for me alone, just walking in there and then putting that orange jumpsuit on. I was like, you know, it's just sort of like, yee.
I think I had the most fun shooting the parking lot scene outside of the prison hospital. You know, it's dark, it's dreary, and you know, a little spooky and exciting at the same time, because he walks out of the hospital, and you just know something isn't right. Something's lurking around every corner, and you're just along for the ride, and you're just watching him do this. You kind of feel the broodingness of it, and then it just sparks in the mirror, and it just makes you jump.
It's been incredible. That's what happens when you know it's right, is it feels magical, and everyone is wonderful and kind, and sure, you have your little hiccups along the way, but they're usually surmountable, and that's when you know you have something really special on your hands.
Yeah, and where do you go when you frolic?
It's a secret place. I bet it's like nothing you've ever seen. It is out of this world. That's where I'm from, Doc. You should see them when they get there. It's beautiful.
Frolic, to me, encapsulates life in general. You're sort of frolicking through time, and you have your ups and downs, and so the word itself sort of reflects our journey through life, and to me, that's what John Doe is doing as well, sort of coming down and frolicking through our lives, and meaning a lot more to us, or he's the darker side. And so, to me, Frolic sort of suggests what we're doing here on Earth as human beings.
They're so awestruck.
No, that's not how Ryan looked when the police found him. In that dumpster where you left him.
That wasn't Ryan. That was just a suit he was wearing, and I had to let him out.
You mean you had to kill him?
This is when the frolic begins.
Right now, we're on the festival circuit, and it's just really great to see the response after all the hard work they've put in.
We screened at the World Horror Convention, we screened at the Dead by Dawn Film Festival, H.P. Lovecraft Film Festival, the Erie Horror Film Festival. As far as mainstream festivals, we screened at the Short Film Corner at the Cannes Film Festival. We're in France. We screened at the USA Film Festival, which we came into the top 50 short films in the U.S. LA Short Film Festival.
We do want to make it into a full feature, and so right now we are actively pursuing that. We have an outline for the feature script, and we're taking it out to buyers right now.
The tag that we love to say, and I think needs to be said, is that the Frolic is the first movie ever to be made from a Tom Ligotti piece of work. His stuff is usually very out there. It is horror, but it's also found in kind of the fantasy sci-fi realm as well, and people have had trouble trying to make that turn into film. This short film is the first piece ever to finish. That, to me, after reading the short story and talking to Tom and seeing all the people involved and how involved his fans are, that to me was the pusher. It was like, I love his work, this story is amazing, and it needs to be shown on screen.
Do you have any idea why you're here?
Because I choose to be. I'd leave here anytime I want.
Why don't you then?
Just thought I'd need a little rest. I've been frolicking rather hard lately. Besides, I'm quite enjoying our time together here.
All in all, I think the whole process of making this movie was an unbelievable experience, and I wouldn't trade it for anything else. The final product came out far better than I could have anticipated. Working with everybody, crew, cast, they worked their asses off, and I can't thank them enough for what they've done and all the time they've put in, and coming out and seeing the finished product and being very proud of what they've done. We did it very fast, very dirty, and for them this project wouldn't have happened, and I hope you guys enjoy watching the movie if you haven't seen it yet, or did enjoy it and you're watching this stuff post seeing it. So that's really all I have to say.
Well, our time together here is nearly over, Doctor. It's time for me to go frolic again.